So is this the way we get in?
Yeah, we're gonna get in, but I'm gonna okay, let's see. Do I want to roll up the curtain and enter that way?
Let's just do it like this. We don't need to have a roll up. We can just open it like the easy way. Oh, we're gonna go through here. That's even easier. Okay, here we go. Good luck, Scott. So this feels like a little private piece of paradise in here. It's, you know, it's amazing. Outside, it just looked like a big, you know, white structure, and inside you've got like all sorts of plants. And this is, it wasn't that long ago that we were up here, and this wasn't even part of your imagination at that point. I don't think.
It wasn't. It just keeps evolving and evolving, and my craziness keeps growing to match my stress level, and it kept me sane. So this all started from a YouTube commercial. You know those commercials we usually hate because you're right in the middle of telling us something else and blip, here comes a commercial.
Yeah.
It was a commercial about connections, these little black connections on how to connect EMT pipe without a lot of skill, which was me. With no directions, no cutting. Every pole was 10 foot long. And then I looked at shade structures, and after 3 years of just looking at this video, how did they build that side curtain, what material did they use, I just said, I think I could do it. And when I moved them all in, my mind just got blown, and so then I started putting in rooms. I have rooms.
Yeah, you know, this is just very tranquil in here with, you know, you've got your hanging plants. You, of course, have lots of mango trees. And it looks like some of them are in the ground and some of them are in pots. You know, it just looks like a great escape.
So this just makes my heart palpitate because I know what my even bigger, more professional one's gonna look like. So I'm getting to try out all kind of ideas in here. I've started to run drip irrigation, but I hand water all of this stuff so I can say hello very frequently.
So this is, you know, like this is a temporary thing, or do you have the walls up year round?
The structure will be permanent, but the white will be gone for the aesthetic purposes. Except maybe that one, because that curtain sometimes from the road could be a good thing. I do like being in here without the traffic passing by, being able to see what I'm doing. Right,
so like right now you have 4 sides all, you know, with the well, it's shade cloth, but also
shade cloth and plastic.
Yeah,
another combo.
And
what I did is...
So this is all for cold protection right now.
Cold protection for now.
And then once you're past the risk of freezing temperatures or temperatures in the 40s...
Then from last year, the caterpillars dropped down like they were some Mission Impossible and ate my stuff when I was in New York. I mean, just like demolished this tree. So after
we have these big oak trees above it, and so the caterpillars came down from that?
Yeah, I was good with my disease prep. But I was unprepared for insects.
Right.
And those caterpillars just like, they stole my heart. They ate the whole crop of several varieties. But this year I can go put some netting across the top, and the caterpillars can't drop down quite so easily. I may still get some in here, and I'm prepared with the right treatment now, but at least I can put the shade cloth over the top. And in my little sitting area, I have like some mosquito netting I can hang down.
So when it gets really cold, do you also put some cold protection on the top? Or
yes, I have a huge roll just on the other side of that wall that I'm delaying as long as possible of putting it up. It's a 34, this is a 30 by 50 structure, and I'm putting a 34 by 54 roll of plastic across the top. And I know it started with just 10 by 10 squares, and people in my group was like, oh, that top structure. And I was like, okay. So then I put some more poles across the top, and then I was like, what else can I do? So then I ran string, and then I said, if it droops, I'm gonna poke a hole in it.
Yeah, so the water doesn't accumulate.
So the water doesn't accumulate. I went and got me a backpack blower. So I can get up on the ladder and blow all the leaves that way and feed the bananas. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, great.
So let me take you on a little tour.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
The dog actually likes it because I put everything in here in like paths. So I don't know if Scott can see it, but this is my sapodilla section. So I have an Alana, that's a butterscotch, and what's this one? That's
Alana,
the
I guess.
No, that's the Alana. This is one I can never remember the name. Silas Woods.
Oh,
there we go.
Silas Woods.
That's Silas
Okay.
Woods. And there's a couple little plants. Don't put them in the video because my dog hated them and she attacked them trying to get through the frost cloth. As you come around, you start to see bigger trees. Like this tree just got put in less than 3 months ago and immediately fell in love. This is ambrosia. And I got her as a 3-gallon and she immediately, I worked on the canopy and that's why I have so many tips following what you said. The more tips, the better. I also put in that Floragon and it went mad with a big flush. That's a tree that I pugged last year. I got it as a 7-gallon, but it had some fungus. I pugged it and she came back beautifully.
So the plants that are in the ground, they're probably benefiting from all the leaves from your oak trees, right? So the soil's pretty good here, right?
Oh, this is the best dirt on this property. I actually dig worms out of this dirt to go fishing with. Yeah. And even though I have the black paper down, once I get everything in its established place, around the in-ground trees, I'm cutting away the black because there are a lot of leaves there. And so I could just blow all my leaves, rake all my leaves into those areas. So.
You shouldn't have too many problems with weeds showing up because they can't get in.
This tree's already in bloom, starting to push blooms. This is a sweet tart. Just put her in the end of the season too. But I have all kind of crazy trees that are in bloom.
So what's your count as far as number of mango varieties that you have now?
I'm over 100 varieties, I believe, and I'm over 200 trees. I did give away 30, but then I recollect. I just can't stop. And I got a list that when I break my mango tree shopping diet, I have already another 30 trees. So that other greenhouse is going to be filled up before it even gets here. Because all these you see in pots, except those in red pots, they're going to be select trees that will stay in pots. Like those are my CC Love trees. That's my #1 variety. I
remember that one's close to your heart.
That one's close to my heart. So this is a grafted CC Love that I grafted.
Yeah, you cut back and then you took the scions before cutting back from a bigger tree, and now you've made a little CC Love family.
A little CC Love family. I'm gonna put them in yellow gold pots since they got the gold medal in my heart. So I'm putting in gold pots. But those two I got from Alex, and then that's a seedling. I said, why not try a seedling?
Yeah,
I was able to get one to grow. But I got a CC Love grafted onto a tree back there as well. So. This I get to do Tai Chi and yoga in this big area right here. I love that. And then as you wrap around, you'll see I have some dragon fruit. Watch these little posts here. I got dragon fruit that I had to move. I had a dragon fruit trellis, like 3 of them over on the east side. I had to move for the wall. So I put the post to help shore up this.
Yeah, good idea.
From shifting, and then I said, well, if I keep it lower than the top, I can control the growth a little bit. So I'm gonna come and put me a frame at the top right about here, and this would be the height of my dragon fruit. So I put 2 of those in. And this is my cotton candy. She's about to push.
That one's in the ground?
Yep, that one's in the ground. Excuse me, not cotton candy. This is coconut cream. One of the first ones I had to move because she almost got killed. The cold, she was over by Cary, even further north, and was almost killed. I had to really nurse her back. She didn't grow at all last year, but this year.
Yeah, she's looking great.
She's looking great. And then this is my pina colada. That Mocha has a little rubbing thing. She likes the way pina colada tree smells, so she likes to rub up against it.
So this is the protection?
That's to keep her off of pina colada.
Yeah, that dog, they definitely have their preferences, right?
Yep. And then as we go around this way, that's my Nona section. So this whole area gets sun faster. See how the sun's already hitting those tips before anywhere else? So this is going to be warmer, and they like it a little warmer. So I'm hanging plastic from this pole and wrapping it around that pole, so there'll be an Anona room.
Oh, very nice. A few things managed to jump into the Anona room, right?
Yeah, after I saw my bananas, I realized if I water them and I feed them, they'll give me food. Okay, so then I start collecting my pups off of stuff. And now I want to put bananas along the front. Even though they may get hit by the cold, chop and drop will feed everything else. Yeah. And if I can get the fruit in time, I'm supposed to chop them down anyway.
Yeah, it's something that it breaks down very quickly. It's nice to use it as fertilizer. So
I had to move in my Patanga tubers. I got those, and then these are all trees that I grafted. They're about a year old now. They're going into their second winter. I grafted them all as 1 gallon babies, and now they're bigger than some 3 gallon that nurseries sell.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yep. The trees are getting smaller and smaller. There's a huge demand for them.
Not supposed to grow in Zone 9A.
Yes.
A May Sapote. She's doing good.
Oh, Magana.
And she actually gave me fruit.
Oh, terrific.
Yep, don't have any set yet. Last year it bloomed profusely, but didn't set fruit. You know, all of them swell and blow off. But I'm already, since I moved it in here, they're starting to swell again.
Yeah, I see, and right here too.
All over. So she's happy.
So a couple of years from now, you'll be into fruit again.
Come on. That's one of the big ones from around the pool that I moved.
So you transplanted it, cut it way back so it would survive, and
yeah,
it looks like the graft is, this is probably the rootstock, and you've got a nice, healthy branch going out there too. So, yeah, take a little bit to get up to speed, but it's definitely gonna make it.
Yep. So I'm gonna build a little table over here because this has all of my little seedlings I'm gonna put on there, and this whole wall is double layered. It has frost cloth and it has plastic. You don't see it from in here, but it has plastic on the other side because I want to stop that wind from coming through. Yeah. And I secured it. This side doesn't have a roll up. It's permanently there for the winter. And then I'll just do one section at a time, folding it like a big towel and put it away.
Well, terrific.
Okay. So
then you've got a few little places that you've created to just sit in this paradise and enjoy it. Huh?
Yep. Right now we're in my workout room. So I got my dumbbells and my hammer. I can do my little workouts back here after I've gotten warmed up from doing all this other stuff. 5-pound dumbbells and stuff. As I look at Sugarloaf Land, these are all my baby. These are my Sugarloafs.
Well, there are going to be a lot of people envious of those. That's a nice thick trunk on this one. Goodness.
Yes, and there's another big one. There's another Sugarloaf over there. I didn't move over here yet, but yeah, I got a nice little Sugarloaf collection.
So you might have some fruit this coming season.
Oh, the Sugarloaf did well up here last year. It did well.
You got some fruit? I am jealous because I haven't gotten fruit yet.
Yeah, and I'm waiting on my buttercream to give me some fruit, but those tips look very healthy this year. But I moved it late last year, so I think me transplanting it close to fruiting did me in, but I'm gonna get buttercream this year. But yeah, these are all Sugarloafs. So that reminded me of high school. My high school colors were garnet and gold, so there we go. Nice gold and blue. And
I'll have to try out the Audrey chair here.
Yeah, back all the way into it.
So don't fall out?
Yep, there we go. Hang on. Let me cover up my wardrobe change back here in the back. There we go.
Yeah, I could get used to this, Audrey.
I can get used to you being here visiting.
Yeah, I wish we could move Ocala a little bit closer to Delray.
Yeah, you move here, I move there a little closer. Yeah, you gotta put your feet up on the table and
you might never get rid of me then.
Yeah, I can pick your brain and yeah, after a good long day of work, that stretches your hamstrings and just kind of relax.
My goodness, this is a lot better than the car seat.
So this is the inside of my structure, and I was blown away at how it came together.
Yeah, it's great. How long did it take you to, just put up the frame? Because that alone must have been quite something.
Well, actually, it was fun putting it up. I had no help. I had these little hooks from a dollar store. Let me grab them.
Oh yeah, little S hooks?
These little S hooks. I would put an S hook here, put a pole, got your pole hanging down. I go put up my attachment and reach for the pole, and it pops right in.
So you figured out how to do it all by yourself. Eh?
Yeah, after arguing with a fictitious person that I'll just call Blockhead. Because I had a ladder standing in the middle. Like at first I was going to try these pulleys, you know, pull up one side, and I was like, nah, that failed. So then I had a ladder, and on top of the ladder I had a cinder block. So that's how I got named Blockhead. And I was like, just shut up and hold it still. Yeah, so he did. And I put a pole across there, and I got it halfway up, tall enough that I got the first square. Once I got that first square, and I had a line this way for that side and a line going north-south, that kept me in alignment. Is it perfectly square? Nope. Was it any plans? Nope. Was it gonna do the job? Yep.
So in case you didn't figure it out, while you were working alone and you had a ladder and you put the concrete block on top of it, that's Blockhead.
That's Blockhead.
Yeah, and so that when, you know, like you're not referring to, you know, like anything else, but that was your
ladder.
helper.
Nope, that was even on Facebook. Proof. There's a ladder, 10-foot ladder, 8-foot ladder with a cement block with an EMT pipe over it. So the first commercials that I saw were for 3/4 inch EMT. And I was like, I wonder, do they offer some for 1 inch EMT? Because I want it to be more sturdy.
Right, yeah.
So I found a company. Then it was an all-out pursuit to find EMT conduit. You couldn't find any anywhere. I raided all the stores in Alachua County, Putnam County, Marion County, Lake County, all the way down into Orlando. Was on their website, and I actually, I started collecting in August, I want to say this is the first week in August, and I finished all of the materials the end of August, because I found a store in Ocala where I was going to go to work. They had just got a delivery of 50 pipes the night before and was still on the pallet, and I walked in and took all 50 of them.
Yeah, you hold those for me. I am coming. I'm coming. Serious.
Yeah, they was like, no, they're not here. I said, oh, they're here. And so we went all the way in the back, and true enough, they were here. So I still have 3 left over. The price jumped dramatically, like $6. If I hadn't bought them when I did, I would not have been able to afford this.
Yeah, the price of materials has gone crazy, so hopefully it comes back down. But it's that supply-demand business.
It is.
There just wasn't the supply, so the prices went up.
Yep.
So you got the materials all assembled, or together, or purchased them by the end of August, and then you started building
September, and I finished October 30th.
So it took 2 months because
almost 2 months.
You are very busy in your real life job.
Yeah,
this is just an overgrown hobby.
Just an overgrown hobby that's kind of gotten out of control. So it took a good 6 weeks, and the last thing I need to do is put little circles on the top of each pole to help keep the plastic from rubbing. They're end caps, and then I'm ready to roll on the plastic. But I intentionally didn't put the plastic on. When I left to go to New York, I put down I have 2 sides that I can roll up and down. And I put those down, and that stopped the wind, and that kept it a little warmer. And I'm waiting as long as possible to put the top on.
Yeah, it's perfect today, so.
Exactly, everything can fall in, it can go to the trees, I blow it out, have a little hammock to lay down in. And I was thinking about it. I saw these oval-shaped hot tubs. I was like, They're inflatable. They're only like $300. I was like, I can get heat. But the only reason that I paused was I was thinking about moisture and anthracnose. Where could I sit it for the most ventilation so that the moisture in the air doesn't hurt the plant? Once I figure that out, it might be a little inflatable hot tub in this sucker. So I have my weight room, I have a chill out area, I have an area to sit and put my new pots in. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, just to mention one other thing that I'm sure the viewers have already come up with. Well, two other things, I guess. But the one is that you have ground cloth all over here. And so you never have to worry about weeds coming up from the ground, except for possibly where some of the mango trees are planted in the ground.
Right.
So that cuts down on the labor a lot.
A lot.
And so,
A lot.
yeah, that's like really a good investment is if you have an area like this to use the ground cloth. You know, then you have these, you know, these trees that I assume will you'll let them grow a little bit bigger, but you, in addition to having all this protection, you do have that also.
Yes.
And,
I have several layers of heat.
you have.
Looking at the way.
What kind of heater is this?
This is a regular old kerosene heater. I got it from Lowe's. I went with kerosene because of the availability of the fuel. With propane prices getting crazy, places that I normally go to or have been out. So when they did get propane back in stock, I filled 6 tanks. But my worst case scenario is I run out of propane and it's in the middle of the night. This, I know I can get 13 run hours at a good heat and it heats this size structure and it won't burn the plants.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's nice that it comes with this wire cage around it, so you know things don't.
I probably
get into
sit it out here where it's open, so it's not as close to anything, and I'll have a fan over the top of it that will oscillate and circulate the heat.
So the heat rises, of course, but the fan will be up, and so pushing down on that and spreading it out.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'd be interested to hear how that works with really low temperatures.
Well, you know, this section last year had PVC pipe driven in the ground. That was it. PVC pipe connected with the same connectors and just frost cloth over the top. That was half connected with different types of clamps like this. So, you know, at least a little wind blew them open. Every night they were open. They took 24-degree heat and there was not one leaf burn over here.
Terrific.
So the area itself kept these trees protected. So that's why I was like, if I can just keep the top from collapsing, I'll be okay.
So 24-degree temperatures, and that was with the old structure, and it was, you know, not that much protection, but you've got the protection from the big oak trees too.
And no heat. There were no bulbs, there were no lights, there was no heat in the area. The only thing that took a hit was the ice cream banana tree over there, the top leaves. That's the tree I got from you. The top leaves got a little bit of foliar burn, but other than that, everything was nice and green.
Oh, great.
So that told me to go ahead and cram in more.
Yeah, it only encourages you. Success only
You know, I'm already
you.
thinking when I take this down, how many pipes to put on another 10 foot that way? So I can have a CC Love row. I don't know.
Yeah.
My craziness.
Yeah, take one step at a time.
One step at a time.
Anyway, thanks, Audrey. This is really a special little place. At some point in time, I think that I'm going to be here on a perfect day like this, and we're going to be prepared with some snacks and some lemonade, and we're going to be sitting over in these different areas and just sit, put our feet up and just chat about everything.
How sweet it is. How sweet it is. I'm looking forward to actually having a mango party, having enough mangoes dripping and collected out of my own yard, and have a bunch of friends over and just have a great time.
Yeah, that would be great. That'd be fun. Anyway, thanks again.
Thanks for coming up.